Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you are new. Hi everyone, it is me, Dan. And I was just doing a little bit of colouring and thought, let's do a weekend WIP. Now, I printed this off absolutely ages ago. It's from Miss Cat Mirrors Pretty in Ink. It was a test really, just to see how it printed off. It was a test to see actually if when I do the skin in alcohol marker whether the ink of the tattoos would run. And then I've just been sat colouring it downstairs, but I'm just not happy with the skin at all. And then I've just been playing with my colour pencils without swatching and was just randomly grabbing pencils and shading the skin, and it just was a mess. However, I do really like the look of the eyes, the lips, and how the hair is going. So I basically am not happy with the skin because I picked up the wrong marker. Then it's quite blotchy, and then I ruined it with the pencil. So I have just reprinted it, and I've reprinted it on the Nina cardstock, but this one is much whiter, but I do feel like this one's printed better. I just thought we'd see, and actually it makes it quite a smaller page because that's not quite A4, it's quite a bit smaller. So I thought, it's stormy outside. Excuse me, I was having a drink. Storms are brewing outside, so I thought I'm going to sit for an hour, redo this page, and I thought I might as well film it. So I've just put some rose blush, I think it is. Yep, some rose blush PP4. Around the eyes. Hopefully this marker doesn't need filling. I can't remember what I filled it last time I used it, so I don't think it will need doing again. So this is the first time using the Nina. I'm going to colour the jewellery and the lips all in the skin colour, which is linen. As you know, I tend to always go for that one. I probably really should experiment. Well, to be honest, I did. I've just used I started using a pro marker. I think it was satin, but I wasn't keen. It was very, very pale. So I thought I'll just go over the top with linen, which I have done. And also the tattoos on that other page just didn't really show through the skin tone colour because it was so dark. I'm not going to colour the tattoos, I'm going to just leave them as they are, I think. Just want to give her some, if any Drag Race fans out there, give her some Candy Muse blush. And obviously that linen has like toned it down, so this will just bring it back up again. It's Sunday, it's very warm, but it's very muggy. It has just been raining. And it was thundering. The thunder seems to have stopped. And we're just going to take that blush onto her. I'm just going to go over again, just to try and saturate the colour. It's looking a bit patchy, but I also could do with it being a little bit darker. I'm going to stick to the same colours in the original, so she's going to have bright pink hair. She gives me like neon, sort of cyberpunk furry, which is why I thought I'd make that black blush quite striking. I'm tempted to just bring it round a little bit more. I'm worried that I'm going to cover the tattoos a bit much, so I don't really want. But at the same time, I do want it quite noticeable. Almost a Grace Jones-esque look. Quite like. And then I will do the lips. So I always do this. I always colour them. She is going to have a purpley pink lip anyway, but I always do the lips a skin colour and then colour over the top. This time I am just using the same blush pink for the lips. We are going to probably glitter gel pen the jewellery. Now I'm just going to turn it this way a second, because what I want to do is that. I was going to film another part of the Pride series today, but I think I'm going to try and do some work on it off camera, so the things like the leaves and the backgrounds, which are just repetitive, then it is just the flowers that need doing. I'm going to colour over them because I'm going to probably gel pen it. Markers are nice on this paper, I have to say. It's working quite well. I'm going to colour over these beads as well, because they're just going to get gel penned. Let it dry, and then let's get some colour down. kind of planning on this being a quick colour, I think. It's a bit of a experimental page because I want to obviously try the colour pencils properly. I was quite enjoying them before on the eyes and the eye makeup, and then I just started the hair and thought, you know what, I'm feeling this page, I'm going to start again. I'm not normally one to do that, I just go with it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I see it through, but I do feel like this needs filling up again. So I'm going to stick with my original colours, the markers I still had out. And I based the hair in an Arteza Everblend Bubblegum Pink. So I'm going to do the same again. But her hair will probably be much darker than this because I've picked two quite dark purples. The pink is going to act kind of like a highlight, but it's also going to, I don't know how toothy this is going to look when it's coloured, I don't know how the pencils are going to behave, but just putting this pink down will, if there is tooth showing, it'll be pink and not white, and I can bear the pink far more than I can the white tooth showing. So a little tip there. So I woke up this morning, was out yesterday, woke up surprisingly fresh. Played the Final Fantasy 16 demo. I downloaded it yesterday. I played an hour and a bit yesterday, and then had to turn it off to get ready. So I thought this morning when I get up, I will finish it off, and I did. And I have to say it is amazing. I am a huge Final Fantasy fan. I always have been since high school. I am not remotely disappointed by this one at all from what I've played. Obviously, I've played the demo. The game is out the 22nd, so tomorrow is the 19th. Tuesday's 20th. So Thursday, I think. I have pre-ordered it now. I wasn't going to. I was really going to resist because I got Jedi Survivor for my birthday and I've only just started playing that. I'm about 2 hours in. Absolutely loving it. Loving it. Really loving it. I haven't done much. I've kind of just done the tutorial-y bit and got into the main game now, I think. But yeah, so I wasn't going to get it. However, as soon as I finished it this morning, I pre-ordered it because it's brilliant and I want to learn more about Clive, the main character, like the lore of the world. I played 15 and I enjoyed 15. One of my biggest sort of criticisms of that game was the fact that the summons, I can't think what they call them in 15, they have been called Aeons. In 16 they're called Icons. Was obviously they play a major feature in the Final Fantasy games, and in 15 I just felt like that was completely missing. It was randomized. They came into battle kind of as and when. that was the one thing I really missed. This game, they seem to be taking a vastly bigger sort of role. It looks like the main character actually houses the icons inside them and utilises the pack. It was brilliant. I just loved it. So I've pre-ordered it. So I did that. Damn it, I can't lie, so this was talking. And then I had some breakfast and I thought I'll go and do the weekly shop. So I made a quick list because I'm going to get fully back into the swing of the dieting tomorrow, and I'm going to get myself to Target so that I don't have to pay every week and I also don't have to go every week. So I did a list, did a bit of a meal plan. And on Friday we'd been to Lee's mum's and it was boiling. It was really, really boiling. And my rear passenger tyre, it must have a slow puncture. Because I can pump it up and then it's normally about 3 weeks later a warning comes up to say that it is quite low, and it had been doing it all week, but it wasn't necessarily in need of pumping up, so I just left it. And then we got in the car at Lee's mum's and the warning came up, but to tell me that both back tyres needed doing, which concerned me because normally the back right doesn't ever need doing. And then when it actually told me how much, like what the pressure was in the tyre, I thought something is not right. Anyway, this morning it's completely flat and there's like a huge screw or nail. I don't think it's a nail, I don't think it's a screw, it looks just like a piece of metal, really, stuck in the tyre. So we obviously couldn't go to Tesco to do our shop, so we just walked to Asda, which is literally across the road, but we do just prefer going to Tesco. We just do. So we just went Asda, but then I was like, oh, I work quite a distance away, but I've got it booked in for 9:30 in the morning. I've bought 2 new tyres. I want to get both back ones done, just because I'm sick of the warning. Like every 3 weeks tell me it's going down or it's losing pressure. So I'm going to go and get that done in the morning. It's annoying, yes. I was not expecting to spend that much money today, but it could be much worse, I suppose. I could have been miles away from home. And then it'd be flat, do you know what I mean? So I'm just trying, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. I'm just trying to give like a little bit of depth and dimension to these lips by going dark around the edge. So these are the Colour 240s. I got them from Temu. I have to say I was very concerned because I didn't know anything about the website. However, quite impressed. These were £48. I think they're about 98. I think the last time I looked on Amazon. And they look in real life, they're much smoother than when I bring them closer. Like, they look much smoother. This paper's really nice though. I would quite like a blender, I think. Or maybe a white. I might grab a white pencil. I think I've got one somewhere. But I'm basically going to be using these three colours. These two colours. Dark purple, purple, and probably white. For pretty much all of it. Wings, I will do something else with them, not sure what yet. But I'm hoping this is just going to be quite a quick colour. I'm just going to open the window because it is boiling in here. It's so hot my ice has melted in my drink. But already I'm much happier with the way that this is looking. I think I do love the skin tone. I just completely spoilt it with the pencils because I didn't swatch them. I just started scribbling. I think she is looking pretty. So I'm going to get rid of her. We'll just lean on her actually. I'm probably just putting far too much effort into these lips, but so yeah, these arrived quite quick. I'm gonna say less, or maybe just over a week. Maybe less than a week. The tin is a little bit damaged. The pencils themselves seem absolutely fine. So I'm not that bothered, I'll be honest. Normally I would do that black, but I'm going to do it like she's got her teeth on show. I'm probably not going to shade the skin because I don't want to lose the tattoos, and I feel like that's where I went wrong on the other one. And with these images, I genuinely feel like the skin doesn't necessarily need to be fully shaded and stuff. I just feel like they work quite well. They're quite cartoonish anyway. And I do always like her to kind of be the star of the show. I'm just grabbing a white, guys. Just grabbing a white. I'll go for this one. I've got Black Widow Casper. Really just to try and quite like. I mean, it takes the warmthness away from her. It takes the warmness out of her lips, but I kind of like it, and that's actually burnished quite well. When the pencil's snapped, it's just got stuck in that gel pencil. I'm just going to reapply it. Oh, she's looking nice. She is looking nice. And then I think her will start down here. I like these wavy, I don't know why, but I just do quite enjoy colouring like wavy hair. I've seen an absolutely stunning page from this that I want to do, and I did buy, so I bought this and I bought the newest one, so I'm looking forward to having a little go of some of those. So that's probably like individual strands, but I tend to just group that, like that will be one strand of hair for me. It's just how I do it. I need to swatch these out to see what the colours are like, because I have to say, quite enjoying them. They remind me slightly of an Arteza. I mean, they look like them, just thinner. I think they're thinner than an Arteza. I mean, I bought them thinking I'll use them in my like Amazon printed books, like my cheaper books maybe. No, you don't necessarily want to be using, I mean you can, and I will be using like my Light Fast and my Caran d'Ache and stuff like that, but you just want something a little cheaper. I mean, I would describe these as cheap. They were 48 for 240 pencils. Obviously a huge set. I hope we're all having a good weekend. I hope the weather's not been too horrific. Apparently here last night there was a really bad storm. I was out for the count last night and was none the wiser. I've not really thought about this because I need to go with my mum soon. We'll just see how much we get done. I nipped to it's Father's Day, so I need to nip to see my dad. And also borrow the pump because I'm going to have to. I think basically the way that this thing has punctured the tyre, I think it's given it a kind of a slow puncture. So I should be able to pump it up and get to the garage, because otherwise I can't drive that. It's completely flat this morning. So I'm going to do that in a minute. So this might be actually quite a shorter video than I planned. To be fair, it's just a little weekend catch up really. You're probably thinking, why did I even bother colouring that hair in pink first? But I know the white is a little bit, well, I'm actually surprised that the white is so opaque, but it is showing a little bit of that pink through. So I'm not mad about it at all. Just realised I used the wrong purple. Give me a chance to see if these actually layer, and they do, and they layer quite nicely. They seem to be blending quite nicely. So all round so far, I mean, I've only used 2, so you know, don't judge a book by its cover just yet, or don't count your chickens before they're hatched. I think I'm going to quite like them. I do have to say there's quite a lot of metallics. I was randomly picking pencils before and they were like metallic, something like metallic skin, like I was like random. But saying that, I did use a metallic pencil on here. It's this yellowy colour here. Oh, there's the rain again. And actually does kind of have, I mean, they have a shine anyway, but I did think, ooh, metallic-y. But I don't know, I would probably not be using a metallic pencil. If I was going to do metal, I would just colour the metal in. So whether they will get used, I don't know. It is absolutely pouring down now, so the window is open, so if you can hear a noise, it is the rain outside, which is absolutely bouncing down. Having a curry tonight. Again, questionable choice because it's boiling. I'm gonna have to get cracking with this Pride series, to be honest, because I've still got 7 squares to go. I am going back to the gym this week too, so I'm going to find myself struggling for time, but we'll be fine. Formula One's on at 7 o'clock. I'm not a huge fan. I don't mind it, it's just a bit boring. So I may come and film once I have prepared tomorrow's lunch, which I feel is going to be a tuna pasta with salad. I'm quite liking that hair actually. It's coming along quick, like it's a quick colour. I think the thunder's on its way, guys. Anyone else like actually really enjoy colouring hair? I mean, I know I'm not doing a particularly realistic job of it, but I do enjoy it. I probably could have blended that out a little bit better. Let's just see. I'm just going to turn her upside down a moment. So they are quite quite a shiny pencil. Treated myself to some new oils for my diffuser on Friday because I received an email from the WIP company saying that they had 50% off sale. So I thought, yes, I'm absolutely there, because I have to say the oils, once they are in the diffuser, are absolutely beautiful. I've got 3. I'm quite new to them. I've heard of the WIP company and been obsessed with the Seychelles fragrance for ages. It's gorgeous. And then bought an oil when I went shopping the other week with Emma. And I never really use my diffuser because I can't remember if I've told you this story or not. I like to be able to smell like my candles or my waxes like throughout the house, not just in one room. So I did find that with the diffuser I sometimes wasn't even smelling it in the room, because I have a living room, dining room together, so it's quite a big space. And I never really used it often, even though I've got like quite a few oils. That rain is absolutely bouncing. Can you hear it? Sounds lovely though. They're quite soft and crumbly, these. That is one thing I'm noticing. I will probably have to be careful when I'm getting rid of those bits. Anyway, so I tended not to use it, even though I've got quite a few oils, just because I didn't feel like it was as good as like melting a wax fragrance wise. But then I bought a WIP company one, and I have to say it was amazing. I could smell it in the kitchen. I could smell it like even the next day when it wasn't even on. I just thought, yeah, need some more of these. So I got some vouchers for my birthday, and I bought myself some more. So I got an Amalfi lemon one. This is not what I bought the other day. This was what I bought out my birthday vouchers. I got Amalfi lemon and Seychelles, and then in fact I might put that on when I go down. And then I messed up really, because I didn't end up saving any money. So they sent me this email saying there was a sale on, so I thought I'll go and have a look to see if they got any oils, because if they have, I'll just grab them. And they did. They weren't reduced by 50%. They were like £3 off, which is still £7, I think, for an oil that is such a good quality. I'm definitely not gonna complain about. So I ordered one called Capri, which is like cucumber, watermelon, and something. Basil maybe? I can't remember. And I ordered a spa retreat because I thought that'd be a nice one. It says it's like a Nordic spa smell. Like pink pepper, something. That might be the basil one. No, that's cedarwood. I can't remember. And then my absolute favourite fragrance that they do, and you're going to think, oh, that's really boring, can't believe you just said that, is they do a white grapefruit, and it is the nicest, freshest grapefruit smell ever. Like a beautiful. So I was like, I'm getting one of them. And then I stopped and was like, right, I don't really need any more. So they'll do, they'll keep me going. I've saved some money. Even with paying postage, it's fine. So then I just did Apple Pay and paid for it and stuff. And I thought that was a little bit more expensive than I thought. You know, when you think like, I've not saved any money because I've just spent £30 and they'd have cost me £30 because they were £10 each. I'd only ordered 2, don't ask me how, 2 white grapefruit. I mean, I'm not bothered. I absolutely love it. The smell is beautiful. So it will get used. But you know when you're like, oh, really not to save myself any money, I've just spent £30. But I'm excited. It's on its way. I got an email today. So I will update you when they arrive what my thoughts are. So I've got 6 now. So I've got Calm, Capri, Amalfi Lemon, Seychelles, Spa Retreat, and White Grapefruit. So my living room will be smelling beautiful. I feel like I always tend to do a purple hair, but I knew that she was going to have purple hair. I'm definitely not mad about it. But yeah, I'm not going to shade her skin. Because I don't want it to take away from the tattoos. Kind of want you to still be able to see them. I might colour the tattoos. I might not actually. I think on this one I'm not. Just gonna do a little zoom out and see what I think. She looks quite nice. She reminds me a little bit of Psylocke out the X-Men as well. She's giving me that kind of vibe. She's a bad boss. And all I did with the eyes, and I think they look quite well. It worked quite well even. I can't speak. is I just did this. I'm using the lighter of the purples. I just kind of it's just a subtle colour. And then I did the same underneath. It's a super simple colour palette. It's literally 2 pencils. Obviously I've done the skin. The wings I might just paint in a metallic watercolour maybe, or not sure. Could just Wink of Stella them. Or I have some Spectrum, no, if I didn't bin them. Got some Spectrum Noir sparkle pens. I just feel like I may have chucked them away because they're very leaky. And I also struggled in single-sided book. I would always use in single-sided books because they were very bleed through on one page that I did. So I just wanted to do that so you could see what I was going to do. I think I'll definitely be using my Decor Gel sparkle pen. I'm not going to keep going with this herb because you're just going to be a little bit bored. But I think we will go for a yellow jewellery. I feel like the gold definitely works. It says yellow, but I'm going to say it's gold, and then I'm not going to do any more because it'll just smudge, so I'm going to leave it there, I think. I'm just thinking wings. Do we just base them? I'm going to base them in this pale aqua blue Arteza. possibly do a little bit of pencil shading, but when I say a little bit, I mean a tiny little bit. I'm probably just like shading the end of the wings. Background, I was thinking of maybe gelato, maybe. Maybe in a really contrasting colour, so like her hair kind of pops off the page, I'm thinking. But this is definitely a page I am going to get finished today. I have to say, quite enjoying this paper. Everything seems to be working really nicely. Hopefully that dries. And I'm just going to zoom her out a little so you can see her. I am going to leave her there for now. Continue to work on this evening probably while I watch something on my iPad. And I hope you enjoyed that. I just thought I'd do a little bit of a weekend one-off WIP, start something new, kind of get her finished, and she is looking pretty good in my opinion. Thanks for watching. If you are still here, thanks for sticking around. I will see you all in the next video. Thanks again to everybody who comments, likes, and don't forget to subscribe. And see you all on the other side. Happy weekend, happy colouring, and finally, adios.